Deal. All right, everyone. Johnalma, welcome.
So I'm very nervous because I am the outreach person. I am Johnalma Barnett, and to give you a quick reason why I got into this, as a young child, my parents died. So I was taken in by my aunt. I'm the youngest of six, and I realized later on how lucky I was because I continued to be loved. That's not like that in my town. This is Mount Zion Baptist Church. We were formed in 1886 by my great-grandmother. That's her sitting on the end. You can go to the next slide. December the 11th, which was my birthday, I had planned on just having a good time, but this is what I woke up to. My town was devastated. Go on to the next. This is how my town looked. They talked about tornadoes, but we always just turned the channel because we lived in a bubble. We never had bad weather. This is just what we saw. You can keep going. This is a woman sitting in the middle of what used to be her home. This is the water park area, which is where Francisco, you'll hear from him later. This is where that is. The water park area had a lot of brown and black people there. This is a historic area on the other side of our bypass. This is an overview of my town. My town has around 70,000 people inside town, and 120 if you include the whole county. So I'm from a small town. So I'm sorry, all mine include the videos. And the reason why I chose this is because my church does the biggest outreach in Warren County, but we are not the biggest church. We're in the middle. This is our bypass. As you can tell, a lot of jobs were lost because the bypass was lost, so a lot of brown and black people lost their jobs from the fast food industries. You can keep going. Okay, the bypass is the main strip going through the town. So when that was lost, of course, you lost a lot of brown and black jobs. And we also had homes on there. So what went on with that is that Bowling Green does not really have public transportation. So when those jobs were lost, even though we have game-changing jobs out in the north of town, there's no transportation out there. So they can't walk 8 miles every day to get there. They can't walk 8 miles to the other side of town where there's game-changing jobs there. So I met John there. I wish the videos were showing so you could see them. We also run the only pantry where you can get free pet food. I'm sorry, I'm real nervous. Or where you can get where you can get pet food because we have a high homeless population now. Since the tornado, our homeless population is now over 65. So you see them sitting on the bypass in their chairs. They don't have the signs up. They do what they have to do. But now they can come, because of C.A.R.E, they can come and get pet food. C.A.R.E also helped us with a back-to-school bash that we did for brown and black communities, where we gave out over 500 stuffed backpacks, laptops, Chromebooks, bicycles, gift cards, and I know you all have talked about on a Zoom call about volunteers. We're lucky because I'm that person who will call you up in the middle of the night and say, I need you. So We have Western Kentucky University there, so we have the football team, the basketball team, and the women's basketball team that will come through for us if we have to call them and say, we're giving out boxes of food for 1,100 people, and I have 10 volunteers. I need you all. And also, the fact that you all have been there with C.A.R.E, our homeless people, a lot of times, that's all they have is their pets. So if they can't feed them, what's going to happen to them? And if you could see some of the pictures, you would see where when the tornado hit, there were spray paintings on there to dial a number. I'm missing a black cat. Dial this number. I'm missing a pet, another pet. That way, when we're out searching, we can look up at the house to see what pet was there or something was left of the house. So, I am so sorry those pictures are not there. But, like I said, thanks to C.A.R.E, we can now give pet food. The barrier for Mount Zion is that my church is located in the housing area. So it's not a lot of money there, but through outreach, and I grew up in Bowling Green, I'm able to call on people from Bowling Green that can help. So we have the homeless people that will come by the church, and if they need something, we'll make that happen. We will make that happen. What we would like to do is to always have a pantry there to be able to help with veterinary care and help our homeless, and food insecurity is bad in Warren County. So that is what we would like to do.
So I'm going to come up here with you for a second. I got a chance too busy, and I know you're nervous, and that video isn't acting right. But just tell us a little bit about Bowling Green. Where is it at right now, and how the response has been to the tornadoes and what's needed moving forward, and the support that you anticipate needing to help with that disaster.
Okay. Bowling Green lost over 300 homes during the tornado. We lost 17 people, 2 families. One family, the Browns, a family of 7, they were in the house. They were hunkering down, but they all died. The child, she was 12 years old. It took 2 weeks to find her because the wind took her away. So people were out for 2 weeks because that's our child. We could not let her just be out there, but it took 2 weeks to locate her. So right now, it's going to be years before we get back to where we need to get to. But the love that was shown inside our town by somebody who might not, last week, I might not have spoke to you, but what a change you have when a disaster happens and you realize I'm just like you. And we saw the love from our city. We saw the love from the United States. We had so many semis coming in. We were able to connect through my church with a place in Texas that sent 8 semi-trucks full of furniture. Well, I told my pastor, we don't need 8 semi-trucks because that's kind of selfish. When we had Mayfield, Dawson Springs, and Beaver Dam, they need furniture too. So we sent 2 truckloads to all of them. So we were able to get so much from outside of the community because they saw what we do. We do the work. I'm not the one who's usually up in front of the people. I roll up my sleeves. I go to work. Because on December 11th, when I thought I was going to celebrate my birthday, instead, I was helping the policemen dig people out from under. So.
Speak to the collaborations. I think we've C.A.R.E was helpful. Akeisha Townsend Eaton. She's our chief on the ground there that's working in Bowling Green and working with Johnalma, and she was able to work to get some food into the pantry at a local church downtown. And before that, they didn't have any pet food in the pantry. But would you just speak to that a little bit, and then I'll let you go back to your seat.
Thank you. Yes, if it hadn't been for Keisha, we did not have any pet food. But as I said, there's not a pet food in Warren County. There's not a pantry in Warren County with pet food. We're the only one. And we are located close enough to where all the homeless people are and where a lot of brown and black people are, that we could now give out pet food. But that wasn't the case. Before that, we had people who would just come in and maybe buy some. If we're out and we see homeless people with pets, we would just go buy some. But now we can go back to the pantry and get a bag of pet food and take it to Miss Kitty, who has her little chihuahua, and that's all she has because she has her cart. She lost her house during the tornado, and now she doesn't have enough money to get the apartment because it'll cost you about $3,000 in Bowling Green to get an apartment. If you're only making $7.25 an hour, $10 an hour, that's not going to happen.
Thank you, Johnalma.
Thank y'all.
All right.
Sorry.
Thank you.